As Chicago prepares to host the NATO summit, hundreds of members of the Occupy movement took to the streets to protest budget cuts by the city's mayor, Rahm Emanuel. At the core of their complaints is the closure of 6 out of 12 mental health clinics operated by the Chicago Department of Public Health. The rally was led by Mental Health Movement, a coalition of groups leading ongoing protests against the mayor's controversial move to consolidate the city's mental health clinics. The protesters' mantra, "We need health care, not warfare."
Way to Rahm Emanuel's house. We're here to say that he's closing down mental health clinics, and while NATO is coming to town and spending billions of dollars on war, with what we spend on 1 minute in a war in Afghanistan, we can fund all the mental health clinics here in Chicago.
The mayor's office issued a statement saying it respected the protesters' right to free speech, but said the proposed reforms would improve mental health services. Some members of the group then continued on with the demonstration before shutting down a nearby intersection.
These protests are resonant of the anti-Vietnam War demonstrations that took place during the Democratic National Convention in Chicago in 1968. That was the last time the city hosted a major political event. Those marches erupted into bloody clashes between police and protesters that tarnished the city's reputation. Officials here are eager to avoid similar violence at this summit.
So far, in the run-up to NATO, rallies have remained largely peaceful, including one held on Friday by National Nurses United, calling for a new tax on financial transactions to raise funds to spend on social services. Meanwhile, the Chicago police and prosecutors said on Saturday that a trio of out-of-state, quote, domestic terrorists had planned to attack President Obama's campaign headquarters and Mayor Emanuel's home and firebomb police stations and squad cars. 3 undercover officers have recently infiltrated the group and claimed they were with the protesters while they allegedly made Molotov cocktails. Now police and protesters are gearing up for the summit itself, when tens of thousands of demonstrators are expected to march to the convention center where NATO leaders are meeting. For now, the city is hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. Lisa Barron, Mint Press News, Chicago.